Say, Jasmine, the Supreme Court in India has expanded the law to include unmarried women as well as part of the MTP, that is the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. Would you say it has given women more options to access healthcare services without having to travel the long legal route to the top court every time?
I think so. We have to understand this, that in India, abortion is still a legal right when doctors get to decide it. So we have to understand that it's not a right that you go to a clinic and you just get. You still have to fall under the categories. So we are really happy. We are happy that more and more women, more categories of women are allowed to access this service. But we still think there's no need to define, who are these people who can go access a service, because abortion should not just be seen as a medical service. It's a public health issue. And in our democracy, it's the duty of the state to ensure that its citizens have access to services. Its citizens are able to, just go ahead and access services. So we're really happy the way Supreme Court has been reading the current law, because we have to always remember, the objective of the law. The law was very clear that it was to provide services to its citizens. It was to provide that, and abortion is a special law because it talks about, freedom of choice, that a person has a right to decide what they would like to do with their body. And it's a very special right. So we really have to fight for it and ensure that these categories are opened up. More and more people are able to access services and ensure that, as a democracy, we protect that.
And Nidhi, the point certainly is that it is not about any, a woman perhaps entering a clinic and undergoing abortion. It has lots to do with the doctor taking a call for her. But in case of the Supreme Court, the judges, in fact, noted compassionately that the woman had also stated that she was the eldest of 5 siblings in a family of agriculturists and had a BA degree without an adequate income. This would make it difficult for her to raise the child by herself. So the circumstances are also taken in account as far as these decisions are taken in India.
Yes.
Nidhi.
Hi. One thing I would like to say, the population in India is growing, and we always wanted that wherever we are, when we are talking about laws, these should be regulated. When we are talking about MTP, when we are talking about act of reproductive, the right of reproduction or sexual health or anything, we should, the condition, as you said, that earlier five children in the family and the socioeconomic status guides it. But we are forgetting somewhere the teenage pregnancy, the pregnancies which come due to lack of awareness, lack of use of contraception, and the rights earlier, the only married women had the right to terminate the pregnancy because of failure of contraception. Government of India has given unmarried women also the liberty to right to terminate the pregnancy if they don't want it. And I congratulate Indian government. I congratulate all our patients, all the whole society for the welcoming act of the Supreme Court and welcoming act of the amendment in the act. I would like to make it very clear, yes, we are changing the laws, we are amending the laws, but we need to counsel our population. We need to counsel them. Social reform is also required. Patient, the person, the female going to...
Jasmine, imagine a country which is 75 years old has accepted that even a woman who is unmarried can terminate her pregnancy and she can take the entire route for, to fight it out from Delhi High Court to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court allows her, accepting fully well that yes, her status has changed from being in a consensual relationship to the relationship gone wrong. So I think that progressive judgment that is coming in from the Supreme Court of India is actually showing a direction to several democracies and the oldest democracy, US as well.
I think so. One of the things I've always said that women are way ahead of the laws. I mean, whether laws, progress or not, women will take matters into their hands. And this is exactly what is happening in this case. The woman clearly said it in the court. She will not go ahead with the pregnancy. It's unwanted. And I think so that's the only thing we should focus on. Like our doctor just said that even after 50 years of this law, there are a lot of people out there who think it's illegal in this country. In our work, we have always realized in the rural India that a lot of people think abortion is illegal. It's not. It's legal. It's provided in so many different ways. So we are, it's 2022. There are women who are very clear about the paths. They are clear. It's an economic decision. They know where their career is. They know what kind of families they want. So in my head, abortion should just be a service, which doctors should be providing. State should ensure that there are good services to do that, because this is where we are heading. And state should not come in between the path of women or people who want to build their own lives or their own families. And, people have spoken. So it's time Supreme Court also agrees, High Courts also agreed to this new reality, this new women, this new families who want to define themselves.
And it's about a woman.
Highlight one thing.
Yes, it's a right to life, and right to life of a mother is perhaps more important right now, because the child is yet to be born. And that is the reason why, if you look at that judgment that came from the Supreme Court, it's being seen as landmark, because in many ways it will be deciding going ahead as to how the abortion in general will be seen. For example, one important ramification would be that survivors of rape, minors, and of course married women whose relationship status has altered during that period, will abortion be allowed between the 20 to 24 weeks period. So that is where the entire, that gamut or that space of a month is when the entire discussion and debate has been happening. Several women, young girls have approached courts in India.